Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It is time for the Arrow announcements for January 2022. Not even finished up this year and we're already getting titles for next. Now we've got a whole bunch of titles this month. I personally was hoping for a rather sedate January where I could sit back, not worry too much about the money that's about to be spent after a busy Christmas period. So let's have a look at some of the announcements and we will jump straight in to the reprint of Ludwig. Now, this was an Arrow Academy title that was released a while ago. I picked this one up in one of their sales, which I'm sure was £10 or £15 or something. Now, looking at the retail price of this at £50 is just, wow. £25 just now. It's long. It is a long movie. You can watch it as one full feature length or it's cut into 5 parts. It's a 2K restoration. It's released on the 14th of December, even though this is technically January titles that we're checking out. So it seems rather pricey for a reprint. It just seems to be a standard case. Nothing special, £25. It's saying it's normally £50. That seems way off the mark for me. Got the same extras as were on the standard release. Like I said, it's already one I've got. It's not one I'm super interested in. Quite an easy pass for me. Next up, we've got Red Angel from director Yasuzo Mazamura, who did Irizumi, Blind Beast and Giants and Toys, all recent Arrow titles now. Tried to check out some things at this one. Really hard to find out much information whatsoever. Basically based on a novel about a woman's place in 1939 trying to deal with the ramifications of the war. I don't know if this one initially grabs me. I'd be interested to hear more about it. It could be one that I would initially just check out on the Arrow player. Probably a one-time watch. Not something that I'm eager to jump into straight away. Continuing with new releases, Arrow has Sleep Limited Edition now. This looks really quite interesting. Visually, is very striking. The trailer is really well done and it looks impressive and rather stylistic. But I'm a little bit worried about the new releases. I've mentioned it before. There is something that makes me just take a step back whenever it comes to these newer titles and just think and wait to see what the views are like. Comes with a bunch of extras. One thing I need to cut back to in a second. Audio commentary by Kim Newman and Sean Hogan. A bunch of extras. Alexandra Heller Nicholas, who is awesome, does a visual essay, which will be great. There's some other noticeable ones here, is there? Just a whole bunch of stuff. Illustrated collector's booklet poster. They've given all the treatment that you would expect. And it's something that it looks great, but I think I'd rather just see it rather than buy that straight away. Now, I just noticed on, was it Red Angel? Oh, maybe Ludwig. This is Arrow website, and there we go. Zavi, the home of pop culture. Just something I noticed, something that pop out there. Next up, we've got one that I am super interested in, Dillinger. Now, I was talking to somebody earlier on today that said this was initially a US only title, and it was for like crazy prices there. It's coming out here now. I personally never knew that myself. War Notes, I love. John Milius, fantastic. This is out the 3rd of January. This is a possibility for me. Coming hot in the heels of Bonnie and Clyde, that kind of glamorized violence of the sort of charismatic criminal is something that kind of captures my attention. I think War Notes is great. I love the cast. The fact that it's got Harry Dean Stanton, Richard Dreyfuss as well, just adds to it for me. Some nice extras there. 2K restoration, interview with the director of photography, interview with a producer, a composer. Great. This looks really interesting, actually. Just even watching the trailer, within a couple of beats, sold 100%. If anything, this will probably be a very close second place on my list of titles to pick up. The Mangler. Released on the 10th of January. The Mangler is a movie that I've got a long-standing relationship with. I enjoy it. I know quite clearly it's not a good movie, but I do like it. Tobe Hooper directs this one. Robert Englund stars. It's got a brand new audio commentary by Alexandra Heller-Nichols and Joss Nelson. Fantastic commentary by Matty Burdovich and David Wayne, Dave Wayne. These guys are pretty good. You know, done a few 88 films, a couple of Arrow titles. I quite like their commentaries. Another commentary by co-writer Stephen David Brooks. A couple of visual essays, archival interview with Robert Englund, first pressing only, a fully illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing. The Mangler is, believe it or not, a title that I want to get. Not immediately though. 18 price point, £18, just £15. I would probably have jumped on this one immediately, but I just, you know, I've seen it a lot. I know exactly what I'm getting with the Mangler. I am more than happy to wait on this one. And probably the biggest, there's no probably about it, the biggest release this month, and an absolute yes, I'll be buying that, is Shock, otherwise known as Beyond the Doors 2. Mario Bava movie starring Daria Nicoledi and John Steiner. I have wanted to see this movie for the longest while. I've kept myself deliberately free of any spoilers or plot points because I want to go into it as open as I can, and I am excited to finally get to see this one. It's from a brand new 2K restoration, original Italian and English front and end titles, restored lossless mono-Italian and English soundtracks, and a newly translated English subs. New audio commentary by Tim Lucas, video interview with co-director and co-writer Lamberto Bava, which should be great. A new video interview with co-writer Dardano Sacchetti. Let's see, video essay by Alexandra Heller-Nichols, who seems to be getting a lot of work this month. A new video appreciation by critic Stephen Thrower, and a new interview with critic Alberto Farina. It's got a bunch of stuff, but to be honest, a 2K restoration of Shock is something I've been wanting for the longest while, and I'm super excited. I like this artwork, but if you are interested, there is also the alternate Beyond the Door 2 artwork, which still has that new artwork under it, and is something that I am seriously considering as someone who has Beyond the Door and Beyond the Door 3. Having something that said Beyond the Door 2 on it, even though it's just a bit of cardboard, does genuinely intrigue me. And I do have enough arrow points to actually cover this purchase if I so wish. So I'll probably wait to closer near the time, but from all the titles that are being released this month, which we have here, the one I'm most excited about is Shock to finally get. It's a rather sedate January. I would have liked to have seen The Mangler be released round about just now, October. I think it'd been a perfect pickup. I would probably have bought that one. But from this release, I am interested in Dillinger. I'll probably pick it up in a sale. Same for The Mangler. I will be buying Shock. Red Angel, I may check out Narrow Player. And Sleep is something that I may watch, but I have no intention of buying that one immediately. it's a fairly sedate month. One title that I'm going to buy. I'm fairly happy with that. It gives me an easy January, especially with Eureka bringing up 2 titles that look pretty great. But I'd love to know what you think of these releases. Is there anything that you're going to buy or pick up? What really gets you going, or what turns you off about these releases? Let me know. And of course, as always, there is some extra content here, some more of my videos that you can check out if you want to see some other content. And of course, you can subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, or join the Patreon or even the membership program, which would be awesome. I can't wait to read your comments on what you're picking up or what you think of these announcements, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.